Welcome to another episode of Glass Half Full with Ty and Jen.
Hey.
We have a great episode for you today. Today's episode is, can a man subdue an independent woman?
If he steps up and he does the right things, he could. If he shows he's a man, he could.
That includes the chivalry part, opening doors, changing tires, pumping gas, calling
Helping
in
with
the middle of the
groceries.
day. Yeah, texting in the middle of the day, sweet nothings, I love you, how are you, all those good things. Mainly the biggest thing is for her to trust you.
So I'm going to talk from a woman's point of view, and we'll see how it rolls. Feel free to chime in, interrupt, redirect, however.
Men, you need to hear this.
So first I'm going to say is, ladies, it is completely okay to submit. And it's not a white thing, because I've heard that in the past. And that was probably something I should have brought up on our interracial relationship one, is that people would say stuff like, oh, it's because you're white, you're just submitting. But it's not that.
No, it's not.
Because I know a lot of happily married couples across the board of all races that submit. And they submit to each other. So no matter the culture, the submitting is there. But we hear a lot of people say, make sure he's got this, make sure he has that. Well, if you come with an already built man, if you already got an already built man, then that what he has is what he built, and what you have is what you built. And when you come together, it's not what you're building, because he's already got his foundation and he's going up. You got your foundation and you're going up, and you're not crisscrossing and building together.
No.
So if you have a man, if you meet someone and you're like, I really like him, but I can do this, I can do that, he will only be able to give you what you allow him to give you. He will only be able to give you what he knows you need. And if there's something that he's not doing, if you don't tell him, he can't fix it. Don't go tell your girlfriends. Because if you go tell your girlfriends, dumpling, if you go tell your girlfriends ain't going to fix it. You got to tell him.
So that's one of the things too about, as far as communication, like, don't be where you think you should just know it. Like, did he do that? No. And it's like, maybe he didn't know. Maybe he needed a clue. He needed help.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of ways that can go. It's like, trust me. Like, I'm telling you, men, listen, so you can actually be in front of episodes like that, for when you just listen to her talk, so you'll know what type of food she like, what type of chocolates she like, what colors she don't like, the things not to do and the things to do. It's all in the conversation of actually talking to her to get to know her. Don't talk about any other man. Just talk in the series of, you're trying to get to know her, so you can know the do's and the don'ts too.
And that's really important, ladies, what he just said. Keep in mind, if you're trying to tell him what you need, don't be like, well, I was with so-and-so and he used to do this and so-and-so used to do that. That's not the way to do it. If you're going to your girlfriends, you're telling your girlfriends, oh my God, he don't do this, he don't do that. Okay, first of all, what you tolerate, they may not. Like, when people come to me and they ask me for advice on relationships, I tell them in a minute, what I tolerate, you may not. And what you tolerate, I may not. Matter of fact, I know what you're tolerating, and that ain't me. So am I here to listen? Am I here for an opinion? What are we doing? Do I just need to keep my mouth shut? Because you may not like what I have to say. Now, that being said, too many times we are in a relationship and we don't talk to the person across from us, but we talk to our girlfriend. And on White Chicks at the very end, there's a scene, and he goes up to his wife and he says, "Baby, I'm so sorry. I've noticed every time you've done your hair, that sweet perfume, your lipstick when you put it on." And her heart is melting. She's like, "Oh, I've been waiting this whole time for my husband to say this to me. He notices me." And you know what? The girlfriend's in the back. Girl, don't let him off that easy.
So you saying that, we men, I'm sure a lot of us agree to this, that we men do feel like a lot of women are in competition with each other on that part, to say,
Absolutely.
I'm more independent than you. I'm doing it more than you know, and it's like,
I have friends that are like that right now. They always want to show the independence and show I'm more independent. Well, here's the thing. I'm not in a race for that. Because if I'm in a race for that, I may damage what I have at home if I'm trying to keep up with you, because what you and your husband do may not be what me and my husband do.
Well, when we're talking independent, we're not talking with husbands. We're talking like these most of these single women who are like in that rat race to actually like men. Just like when it comes to the men, there are a lot of men who are in competition with each other.
That is true.
They're in competition with the boys, so they miss their girls.
Well, no, and I understand that. I was simply stating that because you can be married to an independent woman, and he's an independent man.
That would be rough.
And he's an independent man.
That's rough.
Because he already had what he had, and you already had what you had. And then you all get married and say, "I do." And guess what? You're still going up because it wasn't something that you all built together.
I can't even see how two independent people could get married.
It would be rough. It would literally be like living separate lives, and just you continue to do well, but
sadly, I see a lot of I think I see a lot of celebrities
exactly
go through that type of stuff.
Yeah.
To where I'm me, you're you.
You got all your stuff, I got all my stuff. We're gonna get together. They call them a power couple. They're really not. You brought that up on our power couple one. They both have very successful lives, but they're also both very independent. And the thing is whenever you get married, you start to submit. You should be submitting. The Bible says, "Wives, submit to your husbands."
Times have changed these days. They're not submitting in marriage. Right now they're getting married for well-being, security, and for the sake of saying I'm married. I don't really think I could be wrong, but I don't really think these days and times that people are really getting married for love on these purposes.
It's expensive out there. It's expensive out there. Oh my goodness. I just seen bleach today. $8.50. Me and a complete stranger in the grocery store today had a conversation on bleach. I remember when bleach was $2.50.
So a lot of you men out there are married because bleach is high.
Bleach used to be $2.50. It is now $8.50 for a gallon of Clorox. Whew. Now, that being said, yes, you have a lot of people that are independent and they can afford that $8 gallon of bleach. And you have a lot of people that need help buying that $8 gallon of bleach.
I don't like that term independent though. When it comes in, when I hear independent, when me growing up here, old school, yeah. When I see I'm independent. When I see them, what I see is, I'm just saying, when I see whoever doing it, when I see the rocket of independent, I see you single. You're single, you got problems. I just don't see natural living people who want to put themselves in the perspective to where they're not with another person. That you're building your whole legacy of not being with another person.
We were created to be together. We were created to have a partner.
Right.
That's how our bodies were designed. They were designed to have that person. And unfortunately, the generation under us wanted to raise their children a little bit different because we were considered hose water, hardcore, latchkey, be home when the sun goes down, before the street lights come on. That was our generation. Our generation, we learned discipline and we passed that down. This next generation didn't do the same thing.
They were tired.
They were tired.
They were tired of getting disciplined.
I was 7 years old and my parents didn't give me a choice, so I'm going to give my children a choice. As soon as I have kids, I'm going to give my kids choice. Now you done gave these children choices. Now you have a 25-year-old sitting on his mama's couch playing video games. Mom, I can't go to work. I'm in the middle of a tournament. What do you mean you can't go to work?
Well, we could put it on the men. I'll ride with that. We can put it on the men because.
But at the same time,
the women, the younger girls today, they mature a lot faster.
They do.
Than men, to where it is what it is. The younger women, the younger are getting careers. They're getting degrees and actually moving just because of the men today aren't locked in that manner.
So it used to build. Be back in our day, the guys went to shop class.
Right.
They got out of school. They went to trade schools. They learned plumbing, electrician. They learned bricklaying, construction. They learned all these trades, automotives, to use with their hands. And now
you can't find a guy with a callus on his hand nowhere.
Okay, so true story. About 6 months ago. So he does. So about 6 months ago, I'm in the parking lot, and there's this guy, and his hands is on his hips. And I pull her up, and I'm like, "Sir, are you okay?" Now, he's a younger man. He's probably 25, maybe, somewhere in there. "Sir, are you okay? Can I help you, honey?" He's like, I just don't know. My car won't start. I said, "Well, is it the battery?" "I don't know what it means." "Does it go click when you turn it over?" "Well, I don't know." "Well, baby, what do you know?" I'm like, "You know what? Let's do this." I said, "Let me pull my car up and I'm going to jump start it." Okay? When I tell you I almost fell out my truck and my door was shut with the locks on, this is how stupid this was. I said, "Baby," I'm going to get you my jumper cables on the back of my truck. Just open up the tailgate. He looked at me like I had 4 heads. "Open up your tailgate?" "Yeah, that's what's at the back end of the truck." I said, "Open up and get the jumper cables." He didn't know what the tailgate of a truck was. That's number one. I'm like, if this goes any further south, we're going to have some problems. He opens up the tailgate finally, because I'm like, pop that open, because I've got Chandrea with us, so I got to get her situated. I can't just hop out of the truck. So I said, "Grab the jumper cables." He goes, "What do you want me to do with them?" I said, "Well, baby, we're going to put them on the cars. We're going to put them on the battery." He genuinely looked at me and said, "I don't know how." "You don't know how?" I said, "You don't know positive and negative?" He goes, "No." I said, "Baby, I said, I'm going to teach you something today. Read your cables. Read your battery. See that plus, minus, plus, minus? You see how they're 2 different colors?" He was holding them together and went to, I said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Separate them." We separate everything. I literally was out there teaching him from scratch. We jump his car. Excuse me. I jump his car. I have to tell him how to, "Okay, honey, you can go ahead and you can turn on your car now." His car ends up starting. He goes, "Now what do I do?" "Well, we're going to sit here for a couple minutes. We're going to let it charge." "What's charging?" "Your battery." I go to take off the cables. He wants to touch the cables. Who are you trying to blow up? You're trying to spark a fire. Like, this was a whole ordeal. I was looking around to see if I was being pumped.
I blame the Emancipation Proclamation for that.
So I took away the cables. Let me do this before you hurt us both. I took away the cables, unclipped them, got them separated, threw them in the back. He goes, "What should I do now?" honey, I'm going to need you to close your truck, close your hood. You're going to go across the street, and they're going to run a thing and see if it's your battery, is it your alternator, your start. We know it ain't your starter because your car just started. So let them test it, and then they'll tell you what you have to do, what you're going to have to buy. He's like, then what? Don't look at me. I'm not your mechanic. I just started you. I'm going to get you where you got to go. So I say that to say this. As a young woman, and we had a young woman on the show the other day, as a young woman that's almost 21 years old, what is this 25-year-old man going to do for me? This man did not know how to use jumper cables. How is that even a thing? So now let's take myself and let's take me back to the 21-year-old. How do you expect me to submit to someone who you can't use jumper cables? You don't have a clue. You're not even like, hey, I think I've seen it done. I've never done it. No. You ain't got a clue.
But these next generation cougars are gonna have it bad.
All they're going to have is a boy toy. Because that's all they're going to be good
know
for.
how to do it.
So here's the thing. We have, this is not just on mothers. This is not just on fathers. We have a problem. And here's what our problem is. We have men that have said, your mama got a new man. He wants to spoil you. He wants to be this. He wants to be that. He can take care of you. And we have men that have stepped out of the picture. So now that father is no longer there that's supposed to show him that
Right.
manhood. You have a father, an extra parent that has stepped in now. And that extra parent can only do so much because that child's looking at him like, you ain't my daddy. Now, you have women that are independent, and in their independence, they're not trying to submit because they got somebody who can't use jumper cables. They got somebody who don't know how to change a tire. You don't know where to put the jack.
That thing is what I don't like to see with women today is the man or woman, but mostly when it's the woman, it's like, I want to be with you, but I don't want to marry you. I don't want to submit to marry you.
Well, okay, so that goes on to a little bit more what I was saying, because then you have, that's the boy side. Now you have these girls. You have these young women that are being raised, and their fathers aren't in the picture because dad took off. Or maybe you have that mother that said, I don't need your daddy because he ain't no good. So now you've kept your child away. So now your daughter has an estranged relationship with her father. Guess what? That reflects in their older age.
Right.
So if you've never watched a loving relationship and all you've ever heard is, girl, you can do this by yourself. Girl, all you got to do is pay this. Girl, you make your money. Girl, you do this. There are so many programs now. So boys, young men that used to take trades don't take trades anymore because they don't have a father that's there pushing them saying, son, we're going to get you up. You're going to get that trade. You're going to learn how to do this. You're going to learn how to fix cars. You're going to learn how to do wood shop. You're going to learn the skill of a tool.
Like going back to what you said, I don't mean to cut you off, but going back to what you said, it's like today you can, a lot of them can have Mr. Sincere. A lot of them can have just that. You know, that guy that knows that. What about the ones that knows that have, like, you got this good guy. You know you got a good guy, but you just, for everything that you have seen, been through, and thinking about, it's just hard for, like, he's a good guy. I don't want to lose him, but at the same time, the fear of, okay, if I do it, what if he does something later? Or if I do it, what if this come up? Or maybe I haven't been with him long enough to really see anything.
So here's the thing. Mothers need to be training their daughters to be self-sufficient versus independent. So they need to train their daughters, honey, you can do this, you can save like this, and you need to find a man that'll match your energy. And that way your energies just pile up and then you all build. So you're not way up here and you're getting a man way down here. Because when you find that man that's going to be your soulmate, 9 times out of 10, you all are going to be you're going to be right in that area with each other. So that's where you start building. So you're going to be matching energies. And if you're teaching her that she can do it all on her own, that she doesn't need a man, then when she does get that man, she's going to be like, I don't need you.
I hear that all the time. Like, I don't need you. And then
But we were made to submit. We were made to be with one another. We were made to bond with one another.
In the perfect world, right? Yet I see, and I'm like, why even bother? I see actual people. I'm going to put it on the women. I'll be the bad guy. I'm put it on the women. I see women actually go out, get a guy just to say, he ain't finna tell me what to wear. He ain't gonna tell me if I can go out. I don't know why he. I got
Here's the thing. Okay, so now we go back to this.
And then
you want him to submit to you, and you want him to open the door. You want him to be that man of your dreams. You want him to be obedient, loyal. You want him to be trustworthy. But you're not giving him a reason.
You want him to dump.
But you're not giving him a reason.
That's what I'm saying. Is a lot of it comes with it.
You're asking for something that you're not willing to give yourself. And you have to be willing to give it yourself. So here's the thing. If that man isn't willing to do any of that, you got to look at one or two things. Is it one, your expectations are unreal? Or are you not giving it back? Because if I'm not cooking you dinner, I'm not feeding you breakfast, I'm not doing any of that for you.
So some of those expectations they have are real. It just, they're not comparable for a real man. Like, this is your list? Nah, real man can't go by this list because there's too much you on this and no me.
That is true.
So, me, I feel like that man, when I say man, lion, man, he just smells of kinghood, smells of just sweat, man. Just come in and, and change things. I actually do, and I have. I mean, there's just some things that you say, the way I was raised, and use that terminology. I was raised in a manner to where things like this matter to me. I was raised in a manner to where these are the things that are important to me. Love, life, happiness, togetherness, communication, and to actually, I want to come in and give you these things, step up to be a man to show you that I can do this. You just got to be able to just slow down, stop badgering, and see me. What's the little skit? What's the cartoon thing with the little blue people? With the blue people, I see.
Smurfs.
No, not the Smurfs. The tall blue people.
Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar.
I see you. Yes.
Visual thing. I see you. And as a matter of fact, that's pretty. As a matter of fact, Avatar is like a good.
It is
scenario for that because she
has to see his soul.
She was very independent.
She was very
in what she did, even though she did have a suitor over here, but obviously he wasn't a man. What the fuck? He wasn't a man. So scared the hell out of me.
Our nurse just came to the window.
Oh, so
Sorry. So Avatar is really good for that though, because Avatar, she had to see his soul.
Right.
And he didn't really have anything to bring to the table. He couldn't climb a tree. He couldn't shoot an arrow.
But he was persistent though.
He was.
And prime example, he was persistent, and by being around her, he learned the things that he needed to do to subdue her.
Yeah.
Because as I was saying, she was her father, her mother. They raised her to be a queen. They raised her to be independent. Her suitor, obviously, he wasn't a good suitor. He was still a kid. He wasn't man enough.
Well, he was. He was very arrogant. He was not. He wasn't.
About her.
No, he was all about his own needs.
He wasn't about her. So that's what I mean by he's still a kid on that part, to where it just I'm a boy. Look what I got. And when I don't know his name, the Avatar guy, when he come in and he fell in love, he saw something that he wanted, and even though she was out of his league by far because he didn't know what to do or how to do, he actually sat back, learned, and put in that work and put it in the paint to actually get what he wanted. And that's what I'm saying as far as can a man subdue an independent woman?
But you know what he had to do? He had to step up.
Yeah, he had to step up. He had to learn.
And that's what I said at the very beginning. If you're not stepping up, if you're not stepping up, there's nothing. Here's the thing.
Even though he still had to go get the biggest car. In the next
Well, it's like this. So it goes back to, there's so many things in play. It goes back to matching energies. It goes back to submitting. I've said before, when people would tell us, it was a cultural thing. And it wasn't a cultural thing, because there's a lot of people out there that we know in all different cultures that submit to each other. And so when you start to show that I will submit to you, and you start changing your heart, that other person will start changing theirs. And before you know it, it's literally just like stirring up cake batter. It's good to go. Like, it will all blend in together. But it doesn't happen overnight though. And that's the thing. So if you're expecting it overnight, it doesn't happen overnight.
But it can happen, but it does happen.
It does happen.
So it's like,
you have to work. It's not something that's given freely. You have to work for it. You have to make the mistakes. You have to build on the mistakes. You have to learn from the mistakes. And you have to know when to say, I'm sorry. You have to know when to back down. You have to know where your limits are.
Yeah.
And you can't let the bad times overtake the good times. You can't let the girlfriend be that voice in your ear that just completely...
You got to be a real cowboy. You got to know how to... Don't get bucked off. You got to hold it in. Yeah, I'm serious. Like,
but the thing is, it's like when you start submitting, it's very awkward at first.
oh yeah.
It's very awkward because you start to feel like you're losing your identity, because this isn't what I would do. This isn't what I wanted. And then you kind of go through a phase where you're like, I'm not even myself anymore. I'm just the person you made me. And then, so there's that phase. And then after you get through that, it's the next phase where you go, this isn't really so bad.
Yeah, if you're getting treated right, if everything's going the right way with the chivalry and the trust. And one of the hardest things that I notice is that for men to try to even get with women today is if they have been in prior relationships, that all men, good or bad, say the same thing. So
What's that?
the lines, the
Oh, their pickup lines?
what we want in life.
Oh.
What and it's true. Yet when it comes to
Is it though? Is it true, or is that just a pickup line? Because here's the thing.
Let me say that. Let me say this. It is true for the man. Yet unfortunately, a boy has picked up on what to say.
Okay.
To where now that I am him, I am that man. Now that I've stepped up to come into your life, unfortunately, you've heard it all, seen it all, and that is the hardest thing in the world for a man to have to go through. Like, oh, I've heard it all before, but it's like, wait a minute, I'm not him. I am me. I'm sincere off where I'm going.
Yeah, but that's where you have to do. So here's the thing: if you know that this person has ate a few bad apples, kissed a few frogs, and they've already went through that gauntlet, then what I would tell you is this.
Frogs.
Well, that's how you got to find a prince.
I understand, like frogs.
You got to kiss frogs. They out there. There's a lot of frogs. Some people kiss more frogs than others. Ugh. But anywho, on that note, that's where your actions come into play. So you can run your mouth and you could say, this is what I want. This is what I want. I need. This is what I want. This. But if you're not putting in that work, if your actions aren't speaking that, you do this all you want. That means nothing. So when you come and you tell me, give me a chance, I'm not him. Show me you're not him. Show me you're not my ghost of my past. Because right now you're doing the same thing he's doing.
But one of the things I've noticed that if the actions, it's the memory and the actions and the baggage that scars a lot. Because you may look like you're doing something that was the same as what Jimbo did. And now, it just look sequenced. It look like, oh, you're doing the same thing. And it's like, in a way that I am, yet my outcome is not the same because my intentions is not the same, even though the actions may be the same. Like I said, it's just stuff that makes it rough for a man. But one best advice I can give you on that is just continue to do what you feel is right, what's instilled in you to do what's right, because they'll submit. It's the frequency, it's the energy, it is the tone.
The other thing is don't lie. There is nothing worth lying for. Don't lie. Be honest.
Be honest.
Be honest. And here's the thing. If there's somewhere you want to be, and you know this is your goal, don't go in telling her that this is where you're at. Because maybe she's here, and maybe you're here. Be honest with her. And be like, look, I'm here. Here's my steps that I want to take because this is my goal. If you go in telling her, I'm up here, and then she finds out you're really down here, oh, it ain't going to be nothing nice. So what you perceived could happen, would happen, the way you wanted her to submit to you, she's not going to do that because she's going to feel betrayed. You're not the man she thought that she had. You're somebody different. And it may be with your best intentions, but be honest.
Yeah.
This is where I'm at. I have a 1-year plan, a 3-year, and a 5-year. So I have things that I'm checking off, and this is where I'm going to get. And men, if she's the woman for you, and you're being honest, and you're telling her, here's my 1-year, my 3-year, and my 5-year plan. That lets her know that you have things in place, steps in place to be where you want to go. And that also gives her something to help you with, because now if your 1-year plan is coming close, she's going to be, babe, what do you want to do? How do you want to do this? What can we do? How do I push you? Because you're so close to your finish line. What do I got to do? Come on. She's going to be your cheerleader. She'll be your biggest cheerleader. But if you're like, hey, look, I got this 5-year plan, and in 5 years, this is what I'm going to have. She sees you for the first year and she's going, I don't see nothing. Nothing. 3 years, I don't see nothing.
She made it that far?
Probably not, because she probably left at 1 year, 1 month.
Yeah, the way they
But
doing it
if you
today.
give her that timeline, you make yourself
Don't give her no timeline.
give her a timeline. Like, look, this is what I plan on doing in a year. Don't not give her a timeline, because then when you do that, when do you plan on doing this? When do you? And then you're gonna get all pissy. No, because then you're gonna get pissy because she's gonna keep on asking you,
Oh yeah, she will.
what's going on? What's going on? And then you're gonna be like, I said I got it. Well, when? When do you got it? So if you give me a timeline, as most women, don't listen to him. He giving y'all bad advice. Don't do that.
I didn't say nothing.
You said don't give him a timeline.
I learned a long time ago when you asked me about an ETA or a time, something like that. I'm saying, babe, I'm doing the best I can with what I got. That's some man shit right there, babe. I can't give you a timeline, but I can tell you I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
And then what do I respond?
And
What do you need from me?
And when I get there, I'll let you know.
And what do I tell you? What do you need from me? What can I do to help you?
I'm saying that you're saying that as my wife, and I appreciate that, and I love you. I'm telling this to a man who's just still trying to get his foot in the door. This is what you do.
But here's the thing: if you have a plan,
oh, a plan, yeah.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you have your plan, like you can't help if something got delayed for this or delayed for that. But if you've given her a plan, you're like, hey, look, this is my 1 year, my 3 year, my 5 year. Mm-hmm. So at 5 years, this is where I'm going to be.
Understood.
Then she can help you.
I just had to rattle that a little bit. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sure. You like rattling me. You get joy out of rattling me, I swear. But that being said, if you're not giving her a plan, then she doesn't know how to help you. So now, how can she submit to you, help you out, do the extra for you? Because maybe you have to crack down and do this or that. Maybe you have to focus over here or focus over there. How can she submit to you if she doesn't know what's going on? So if you have been vulnerable to her, if you have a good woman, she will be vulnerable to you.
See, that's the biggest problem with men today. Men don't like to be vulnerable. And that's one of the biggest losses. It's like you really have to want to treat someone like you want to be treated. You can't be in a relationship and it's one-sided. You can't want the world from a person, but don't give that person back the same thing. As for me, what I put into my relationship is I give my wife everything that I would want someone to give me. The kindness, the communication, what do you need help with? And that would be one of the biggest ways to actually conquer that independent break, because as I say, all the things that you want as a person, no matter how big or how small it is, like, shoot, I want my foot rubbed. Okay, go rub her feet. I would like to have back rubs. Okay, go rub the back. You know, I would like to have walks at sunset and talk. Do those things, you know, break down and really do those things. Stop thinking about the peanut gallery. Stop thinking about people on the side. Stop thinking about
because that peanut gallery is not paying your bills.
Stop thinking about who's seeing you, how they're seeing you. You make your own light. You make your own circle, your own environment, your own ecosystem to where you are doing you. And that's what makes everything as we...
And keep in mind, your peanut gallery may not be at your energy. They're not going to accept what you
Peanut
accept.
gallery ain't never at your energy.
That part. They may not have that spouse that you have.
But they want that spouse that you have.
They want it. And not necessarily that person, but they want that affection. They want that love. And if your peanut gallery is not chiming in and doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now, I will say this. There are times that people have out your best interest. And in your heart, you know that these people have your best interest. And they are watching you be just taken advantage of left and right. And for whatever reason, your own insecurities, because you're constantly submitting, that other person is not. And they're taking advantage of you. And it's really important to know the difference.
Right.
That is so super important, because you may have that friend in your ear telling you, this is not good. That girl right there, that's not a good fit for you. Like she's done some stuff.
You look at the structure of that friend also. You know,
True.
How is that friend situated? How is that friend established? Before you take
True.
advice from anybody on that.
The other thing I want to stress is on submitting and subduing. Well, actually, there's two things that are really super important. One of them is making sure that you apologize.
You know you're beautiful tonight, right? Subduing.
Stop. Make sure you're apologizing. People will tell you, like, you ain't got to apologize. Or, she knows I love her. He knows I love him. He knows this is how I am when I get mad. He knows I just be getting all up. No, apologize. Right. Because when you apologize, and apology is not followed with a but. I'm sorry, but you should have never said that. I'm sorry, but I didn't like that. No, apology is, babe, I'm sorry. I got out of hand. My bad. That person will then, 9 times out of 10, tell you it's all right. Or they'll be like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that to you. I shouldn't have done that to you. And if they don't, because they're still riled up, which is okay. It is okay to agree to disagree. It is okay to have your feathers ruffled. I get the best kisses after my feathers have been ruffled. Now, that being said, give it some time. Let them come back and be like, babe, I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize to you. So
that's the biggest thing in the world, to be able to eat and own what you do. If it comes up to you made a mistake, dropped the ball, done something wrong, that's with anyone. That's the part where the trust come in at. It's like, yeah, I messed up, so I want to apologize and just let you know, moving forward, I'm going to do a lot better. Yeah.
And then the second thing I want to really point out, and this is so super, super important, crossing that line. Crossing lines. Crossing lines is, that's a big one, because here's the thing. If you're nervous about how something is and you haven't done it, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do it, because you know it's wrong. You don't know the reaction of the other person. You don't know, will this push this person over the edge? Is this going to be acceptable? What's going to happen? And if you cross those lines, see, here's the thing. When you cross those lines, it's hard to come back.
Yeah.
It's so hard because, one, now you know the reaction of that person. And if it wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be, you keep doing it because it's easy to do now. Because, I figured they'd have put me out on the first go around. And you do it again and again and again and again. And it gets easier every time. So what was once done in the dark is now done in front of immediate people, which then it portrays.
But now
goes to outside.
Now you're going to a divorce. That's like,
yeah.
No subduing there.
No, but you've already crossed so many lines. So, and the thing is it's hard. It's hard not to cross those lines once you cross them, because you already know the outcome of what's going to happen.
But we know all things are possible through God. There's a rebound.
There is. And I cannot stress that enough. Don't cross the line, because it's number one, even when you stop crossing that line that you crossed, that other person was on that other side.
Right.
And what you're doing could be doing real damage to their mental, to their physical, to your relationship. So now we go back to this. You want me to submit. You want me to be not independent, but you've crossed some lines. You've said some things. You've done some things. You've got caught doing some things. Whether it was physical or lying, because we're all imperfect.
That would be too much for me. That would be the tone of,
this ain't working out. I got to go.
if I'm on the outside looking into your relationship as a guy or a female, which they do, they're sitting back learning and seeing how you act and seeing what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So they will actually know the do's and the don'ts of, like, oh, this ain't gonna be long. One of them finna drop one of them. Well, she finna drop him.
Yeah.
Soon as she drop him, I'ma swoop in and get him. Soon as he drop him, I'ma swoop in and get her. And that's where you seen what was happening with that relationship, or you seen how things were going. So that's when, these people, when they break free, this is where we're at right now, saying, how now do I subdue this person when I just saw them go through all that bullshit that they were going through in that relationship? Or how do this person, or yourself, how do I mentally come back to be able to trust people, to be able to actually open up to where I actually want to be in a loving relationships? I hear a lot of times, and I see a lot of times, that a lot of people, once, like, around the ages, like when it starts from like 35 to like 50, or I even go up to like 40 to 50, that once they get a divorce of being married for so long or in that manner, they don't want to be married again, or they don't want to be in a serious relationship.
And you know what the thing is? That they probably were married for the wrong reasons to begin with.
Right.
Somebody was. You may have married for love, and you got my heart, you're going to be my soulmate, and that other person may not have married for the right reasons. So it's hard for that other person to remarry, because I married you for love and you betrayed me.
Right.
You crossed the lines. Or, whatever it was. You didn't want to get up off the couch. You didn't have the drive. You wanted to go out clubbing every night with your girlfriends instead of staying at home with your man. Whatever it was. That man, maybe it was the man that married for love. And the woman was so independent that,
I was just saying, I'm
I feel
gonna
you.
play advocate to that. So that's where it comes to where, when the glass is half full, the things is like, if you're with someone and we're together and I'm trying to actually subdue you, it's about you. I don't see no reason why I should be in the club.
Good point.
I don't see a reason why I should be in the club. Those days, those times, let's go out to eat. Let us go play pool. Let us go somewhere that at that time.
Let's go on a carriage ride. He did. He took me on a carriage ride.
That time when,
that's like one of my softs. That was that was something nice. That was sweet. It was romantic. That was something that, one, nobody had ever done before for me. And I've been on hay rides. I grew up in the Ozarks. I grew up on a farm. But a carriage ride, and I got a man up there, and I'm in the back. And I'm not talking about on wedding day, because, there's so many people that has that done. This wasn't a wedding day. This was just, let me take you out to eat, and let's go ride a carriage. And we rode a carriage through downtown St. Petersburg.
Right.
It was so sweet. So those little things, those cheesy things.
Yeah.
You'll have independent women who'll be like, don't nobody want to be in that. But their heart, if you took them on a carriage ride, they'd be like, girl, let me tell you what he did to me last night.
That is where, when I'm getting deeper into this is where I'm at when I say a man. Like I see a lot of women who like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. And it's like, you know what? As your king, as your man, I want to show you something. I want you to come with me. Let me take you somewhere and let me show you because I have a plan. Because you're something that I want. I hate to say it in this manner, sounds crazy, but you're a goal. I want you. The more you fight me, the more I want you. The more you tell me you're independent, I want to show you that I want to make you my wife. And that is where I'm like, man steps in firmly, just grab on the shoulders, on the arms, on the shoulders, look in the eyes. So I got you. Everything that was isn't anymore. Everything that is gonna be through us. I got you. We're gonna make this happen. Forget about what was. Forget about who he was. We ain't even talking about that. Let's just go with us. Give me this opportunity so we can make this happen. Man stuff. Like I said, hold her firmly, look into her eyes, and let her know this is what we're doing. And if I get to the point to where I'm slacking, or you see me get a little wayward, talk to me. Let me know. It is that important to me for me to be able to get you to be with me. Don't use the word submit. Don't say submit.
Yeah. Why you ain't submitting to me no more?
Don't say anything. Don't use it. But just
That'll end you up on the
everything in your
couch.
mindset. But just like letting her know this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do.
So, just a couple things to close with. I want to say, number one, fathers, you need to be in your children's lives. Boys or girls, you need to teach your daughters what love is, how a man should treat them.
Yeah. Show example.
And if you're not with their mother anymore, whoever you're with, because trust me, if you got a little girl and she sees you got 6 different women running in and out of your house, you can't tell her nothing. You can't tell her how she needs to be treated because she's watching you treat somebody else's daughters.
Multiple.
So, for your sons, treat your sons manly. Teach them to be men. Lead by example.
Make them get up 6 o'clock in the morning, go mow their yard. By the time they get done mowing the yard, make sure by 12 they raking up the yard. Just,
Our boys used to have to pick the weeds. Ooh,
and you had to go up to the gas station with the gas can to pump the gas.
Teach them
on your bike. So by the time you pumping that gas in that gas can for that lawnmower, you'll know how to pump gas in the car when you get older to be a grown man.
And the thing is, here's the other thing. You don't want your daughters bringing home some scrub and you're like, why is my baby girl working so hard? And this old knucklehead sitting on the couch.
I'm a father, so I'm going to be real. Like, you done brought this bullshit home.
That part. Women, stop coddling your sons. Teach them responsibility. If father's in the house, let the father do what he's supposed to do. Don't do that. No, let him do what he's supposed to do.
She said, if the father's in the house, let the father do what he needs to do. If the father's not in the house, still let him spend as much time with his father as need be. And if father isn't around, I know there's somebody in that village, uncles, cousins.
Maybe you got remarried. Maybe you have a fiance. Whatever. Let them teach.
Let the men be men.
Let him teach him what men do.
Yeah, let's go back outside and start drinking the water hose again. You know, stuff like that.
And as far as your girls, teach your girls how to be self-sufficient. Teach them how to love their partner, how to be strong for them. Teach them the do's and the don'ts. Don't be mouthy. Don't be hateful. Don't be out
Yeah.
You know,
Be strong for a person that's being strong for you. Don't be stupid, because then that's one of the biggest things.
and,
Because we teach our kids that.
teach them how to dress sexy without showing everything. Because let me tell you something. And you young girls, if there are young girls out there that are listening at this right now, listen up. When you out there and you got on that sexy blazer and you ain't got on no bra, all you got on is some pasties, guess what? He done seen you. They done seen you. They done seen you. So the one man you really like and you really want to attract, you done showed all his friends all your business. Your shorts are cut up and you're wearing a thong. Guess what? You ain't got nothing left to show him because he done seen it. He done seen it. His friends done seen it. His cousins done seen it.
I don't want nobody all in my damn business.
So women, teach
we don't want nobody in our business.
And trust me, we know kids do stuff. We know kids put stuff in bags and they go and they get changed elsewhere. But the thing is later on, just how we did it, later on, you look back and you go, I should not have done that. And my parents told me not to do that. So be that leader on that.
I know you said closing, but you said something that was important, very important.
What's that?
You said kids. Saying that if you got kids involved, please, on both sides, make sure that those kids respect both sides. Don't put no one before the other. Listen to both sides. But what I'm really saying is let the adults be adults and let the kids be kids. Put yourself in adult places. Put the kids in kids places. You won't have no problem. Yet if you put the kids in adult places while you're trying to date, it's not gonna be you. It's not gonna be your relationship. It's gonna be your kid's relationship. It's gonna be something that's just entangled.
And remember, those kids are gonna grow up. They're gonna get their own relationship, and they're gonna leave, and you're gonna be left there by yourself.
Old bag lady, cat lady, or something like that.
Hey!
Just saying.
Say one more thing about my cats and coons.
Just saying.
And possums.
Well, you know you ain't gonna be no bag lady.
I sure won't.
Lady. I got you.
So, but no, that is very important. Make sure that you are doing that. You are respecting your spouse, and you're also respecting your children. But you are not there to be your child's friend. You are there to be your child's parent for guidance, direction, discipline. Keep them in line.
You feed that man first.
Because he's the one who put that bacon on the table.
Feed the man first. He'll make sure there's enough food on the table for the kids. That's why he got to have the strength to get up and go to work. Feed that man first.
Yeah, we've had that. We didn't have that argument, but we've had that argument with other couples. Who do you feed first, the man or the kids? I'm going to feed my babies first. That man's the one who put it on the table. Yeah. You show, and you know what? That goes back to you honored him. You respected him. That's a form of submission. You have fixed his plate. I know. And you know what? I know it's like, I know people think it's a real ugly word and it can definitely cause some issues, but you fix his plate and then you fix your children's plate. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what a real man will do. You got little itty bitty ones. A real man will be like, come here, sweetheart. Real man's gonna bring your children over to where he's at. And if that baby is acting up or whatever, he's going to take care of them kids. And he's going to be like, hey, babe, I gave the kids my dinner roll. Can you bring me an extra dinner roll?
All right.
He's going to do that because I know different families, different things. Some families will be like, here, scoop and eat. And other families are like, man, don't put your paws in my plate. So
that's me. You don't.
But that's what I'm saying. Plate. So I know different families, different things.
But I can put them something in, man.
But that's it.
I got you.
And there's nothing wrong with that for that mother saying, hey, can you, because and she put a little bit on the plate, hand it to her significant other. honey, here's your plate. Here's something for the kids while you are attending. Because now here you are. Now you are submitting to her.
Yeah.
So that she's not got 2 babies on the hip, 1 on the leg. She's trying to make plates, and you sitting there like, where's my plate at?
So don't get it twisted. Men don't mind kids. The reason why you mostly see first reaction when they see kids is like, oh no, kids. It's only because of the way the ages have made it to where now you're getting with this guy or you're getting with this woman, and you're like putting the kids before everything. You can't say this, you can't do this, and nothing. Like, I don't even know why I'm here. And that would be that would be how this person feels. It's not just, I just like, if you can't.
And if your kids know that they can cause problems in your relationship just by saying something, and as soon as that other adult comes to you and says, hey, I just want to let you know your little one was doing this, if that child knows that they can stir up drama and get their way, then they're going to beat that other adult to you every single time and be like, oh my goodness, and make it so like they weren't doing nothing wrong because they were chastised, because they were told to put up the video game, they were told to go to bed, they were told to go brush their teeth.
We say a lot of things that, people may need to hear, and that's just one of the things that you may need to hear, especially when it comes down to the relationship, subduing the person, and especially when kids are involved. Just, tread light on how you move with the kids, but at the same time, you be an adult and be stern.
So, ladies, back to what we were saying before we backtracked on kids. Make sure you are teaching your young women how to dress appropriately. There's time and place for everything. And
teach your young men how to speak to women and how to address them appropriately, and actually have some chivalry to open doors.
And make sure that the person that you're putting in your life is somebody that you want your children to emulate.
Right.
Because if you're bringing in somebody who isn't worth nothing, how can you tell your children,
right,
I expect you to do better?
Especially when you hear the people who be like, I'm not ready to get married, or I'm not ready to be serious, so I'm going to date a while. That is so not what to do, especially showing your kids that in the manner. It's like, nobody's perfect, but the ideal is to, marry out the box, grow that family, back like the biblical days. Go get you a club, go hit her in the head, you drag her back to your cave, and that's it.
And when I wake up,
and you just make.
Anybody want to play grit ball? Cause we can play some grit ball.
You make that family from there. So
in conclusion, women, make sure that your expectations are achievable. Give him something that he can achieve so he feels good about himself, and he will give you something that you can achieve so you feel good about yourself. And that's how you start building this relationship, and you start submitting to one another. And I did say submit to one another. And all these other little things that came into play, I know we kind of went this way and kind of went that way, but they're all branches on the tree.
All things you need to hear.
It's all branches on that tree, because here's the thing. If you are always fighting with that other person's children, and it's a constant fight, that person will not submit to you, because they feel like you're trying to destroy their children. They're trying to destroy their family. And when you're gone, all I have left is my kids. But I'm trying to tell you, so it is, I know I just stopped, because that is something that is like really super personal to me, is that when the kids are playing the parents and the new parents against each other, and of course you feel obligated to your child, and you're following what your child's thing is, whether it's you love them, whether it's out of guilt, whether it's out of whatever you feel like you need to do. Or maybe you're in a relationship where you know that this person's going to pass anyway, like they're going to be out of your life soon. So you ain't worried that your child is disrespecting them, because come or go, they're going to be leaving and this child is still here. Maybe the reason why you keep having to let that person go, or people go is because of that child. So this goes back to putting a child in their place, making sure that they're not making the adult decisions for you.
Right.
When the person you're with sees, and this is also, keep in mind, this is also, if this is a good man, if this is a good woman, if this is a good person in your life, when they see the efforts, or maybe they were ones who were making those type of decisions, and then they seen you not make that decision, they seen you make a different decision, and they go, this person must really love me, because I would have made the opposite decision. And now I see them making this decision. So you know what? I'm going to start meeting them there. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Not saying jump in naked, but definitely make yourself a little vulnerable, because when you're vulnerable, they'll be vulnerable with you. And if you're with somebody who won't be vulnerable with you, then that's not your person. So don't try to force it. Don't try to put those puzzle pieces together. If that puzzle piece ain't fitting like that, don't put it together. Don't try to do that, because it's not going to work. And ladies, if this person that you are with is a good man and he's got some hiccups, it's okay, because you're not perfect either. Because I promise you got some hiccups.
Imperfection makes perfection, especially when you keep it bonded.
So, and sometimes you just got to smile and wave and say, and in the end, are we still married tomorrow? Yep. All right then. Good night.
So I'm going to close with my main thing, and it's always come down to manifestation. Men, when it come down to this, you have control. You are the man. You are the frequency. You are the heart and soul of your family. See what you want. Be specific down to every detail. Manage what you want. High frequency. Elevate yourself. Have it all good. Glass half full. Just concentrate on what you want and how you want to make it. Like I say, manifest it, make it happen for you. See what you want, and it will happen. So, nothing else. We have nothing else for you today. Right?
I think it was a good conversation.
Oh, it was great. I loved it. We actually learned a lot. And just, put in the statements, put in the status any questions or anything that you want us to answer for another show coming up, and we will gladly,
And I also want to say this. We have got some friends that are amazing, amazing couples. We want to sit down and talk to you all. So we would love to see other points of view, just so maybe our relationship isn't as compatible with somebody as yours may be. So we would like how we talked about the other night, where you can look and you can kind of pick and say, you know what, I could do that. Oh, you know what, I like that too. And we could do it. We have got some really great friends that have got beautiful, strong foundations. Right. And they share a lot of our same values, obviously, because we all get along and we have those same values. We have same family structure. But maybe there's something that they've done it a little bit different. Maybe they went through something that has helped structure a foundation. Mm-hmm. So just know, if you have something and you want to talk to us, we want to sit down and talk to you. And
just leave it in the comments below. Any questions that you want us to hit on the next show.
Other than that, we're coming for you, because we are going to come and get you, and we are going to sit down and we are going to talk to you.
Or if it's something that you want us to DM you about, or you want to talk to us personally about, we are here for you. So,
all right. Have a good night, y'all.
Thank you. Peace.